Hey guys, John here with another channel update video. Today, I'm going to talk about a few more changes to the schedule and some plans that I have for the future, which I think will be kind of cool. First off, let's talk about some changes. So, recently, I bumped Sky of Diamonds down to 1 day a week, and yet it's a full stream VOD. So honestly, we're making more progress doing it that way. So typically it'd be like around 30 minutes and I was doing 3 per week, and that's like an hour and a half per week. But then this way the streams are like 2.5 hours, whatever. Then, you know, technically more is getting done, so it will finish this series even quicker. So that's good. And we are nearing the end of it stream-wise. I'm still a ways behind on catching up as far as the uploads, but yeah, so that's going to be coming to an end on stream and then eventually on YouTube here, and we'll be able to move on to other things from that. But anyway, so looking at that, I was like, okay, well, I've got some empty slots, and you know what I'm going to do with those. So with Thursday, it had Sky of Diamonds originally. It now has Breath of the Wild paired with Skyrim, which for now I'm going to keep going with that because I've got footage, so might as well. And the videos have done okay, so yeah, I'll keep them going. As far as Saturday was the other day, I was leaving that just a 1 video day, but then the last couple weeks I decided, yeah, let's put up some Portal 2 because I streamed it and I thought those were pretty fun, so did that. See how that goes. Probably won't be a long running thing, but just while I have it, I'll put it up. And then, yeah, so then I started to look at some other things. Fortnite Imposters. We recently just had, what was it, episode 59. So I've got 2 more episodes set for this upcoming week. Oh. OBS freaking out. I'm lagging again. I don't know why. Anyway, I've got 2 more episodes for this upcoming week, and that's going to push us over 60 episodes for that series. And I think that's probably good enough. I have a couple reasons for wanting to stop it, or at least shelve it. I don't know if it's gonna, like, I might bring it back someday because I still have a lot more episodes I could make. But I've got a couple of reasons for wanting to stop it. One of which is it's just kind of hard for me to rewatch to edit it. I won't get into the why, but just for personal reasons, it's kind of difficult for me. And on top of that, it's not like it's an ongoing story or something. The thing with something like Skyrim that's going to end up being hundreds of episodes is we're telling a story or a bunch of stories, but it's like it's an ongoing thing. But with something like Imposters, it's literally the same thing every time. Different things happen, different jokes are told, whatever, but at the end of the day, it really is the same thing over and over again. And I think 60 plus episodes is probably good. I'm not saying I won't maybe someday make more if I get the urge. It would be good filler content too in the future if I need it, but for my various reasons, I think I want to stop it. So I know some of you enjoy watching those, and I'm sorry, but I think it's time. So with that being said, that's opening up 2 slots. The days that it was on was Wednesday and Friday, and it was paired with WWE Universe, which is actually going to be wrapping up pretty soon. Jamie and I are going to be starting the successor to that. I guess call it WWE Universe 2, but it's going to be in a newer game and all that. But we're going to do a similar thing. So I will have more of that to put up, but I don't know like the timing as far as like how much of a backlog I have. So I don't know if it's going to be a 2 times a week thing going forward. So what I'm thinking is it might just, once the other one finishes up, if the new one starts right after it, then that's fine. But I think I might just do it Wednesdays only. So that does open up some slots in the schedule. I do have a couple of ideas already for what I want to do with that. But yeah, so just know that if there's a week or maybe 2 weeks where, you know, there's some days where there's just one video or something, maybe there might be a day with no videos. It just depends on how things go. That's why, because I'm reordering some stuff. But I think it'll be for the best. Now, as for some new ideas, I want to tell you about a cool thing that I've been working on, which is going to be, I think it's going to be fun for people to see and for me to do. So originally I had seen a YouTuber that I watch use this idea in a similar way. And then I was given further ideas for it from my buddy James, until I sort of orchestrated exactly what I wanted to do with this idea, which is to spin a wheel and decide what I'm going to play. Now, hear me out on this. I'm not talking about just like completely randomizing everything I'm doing. I'm not. But there are some nights when I sit down at my computer to start my stream and I just stare at my screen for 20 minutes going, because I'm just too indecisive. And even though I have a ton of games to choose from, I just can't pick. So what this idea, well, one of the ideas for it is I'm going to put the games that I have currently ongoing. I'm going to call it the to be continued wheel. I thought that was cool. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to put the games that I have ongoing series for onto this wheel and spin it, and then the wheel's gonna pick one and I'm just gonna play it, and that way I don't have to be indecisive. It's like, hey, tonight it's telling me I need to do this. Now, a cool thing about this is I'm actually gonna include stuff that's maybe been left unfinished for a long time. So there's gonna be not just, you know, some current stuff, but also like legitimately some stuff that I haven't played in a long time that maybe people have been wanting me to finish. And if it lands on that, boom, that's what we're doing. Okay, another way I want to use the wheel, there's three total ways, but another way I want to use the wheel is to pick our next big series. So with Sky of Diamonds coming to an end and some other stuff finishing or getting shelved, I thought maybe now's the time to think about another like bigger game to play. And I have a few ideas for it, but again, indecision is always haunting me. I thought, well, what if put a bunch of games on the wheel, spin it, boom, we're going to choose that. We might do it a little differently on that one. I might be like, okay, whichever one it lands on twice or something. That way there's a little bit more suspense or something. And this is something that I would do live. You know, I would let you guys be able to watch it happen and see it unfold and that kind of thing. So I think that could be pretty cool. And then lastly, the idea that James had, which I think was a really good idea. I have so many games that I'm supposed to do one-off videos of, right? That have either been given to me by devs or suggested to me or whatever for my John Try series. And I've been like unearthing some old stuff that I've been meaning to put up, and that's been going up lately. But there's a ton of these indie games and small games that I've been wanting to do one-offs of that have just been sitting there and I just haven't got to them. And this, I think, would be a cool idea, is to, you know, I can't put them all on the wheel because it's like, I got to figure out how I'm going to like install that much stuff, right? But what we could do, there's two ways I could approach it, I guess. But I could just put on a handful that I have pre-installed, spin it, and then we have a John Tries night where I'm like, all right, spin the wheel, we're doing this one. Spin the wheel, we're doing this one, you know, whatever. Or we do it to where at the end of a stream, I spin the wheel and pick 3 or 4 games, and then I install them for the next time. So then it's like we spin the wheel at the end of those streams. So I'm going to play around with that idea, figure out which one works best. But either way, it's going to add an element of surprise, of like not knowing what you're going to get, of, whatever. It stops me from being an indecisive idiot who just stares at his screen not doing anything, so I can just spin the wheel and say, cool. I don't have to think, it thought for me. And then yeah, with the other ones, it'll be a good way of a fun experience to see like, oh, what are we going to get for our next big series? So that's something I want to do. I'm kind of leaning toward Wednesday. So Wednesday used to be pretty regularly, it was our NASCAR Heat 5 night. And while that's been on hiatus, when it did come back, we'd kind of shifted it to Friday. And I think that's probably more likely to be the case when it comes back. So like Wednesday starts with a W, and so does Wheel. And I don't know, but I'm kind of weird about stuff sometimes, like Minecraft Monday or whatever, that kind of stuff. So Wheel Spin Wednesday is what I'm thinking. And on Wheel Spin Wednesday, we spin the wheel and we pick a game, and I think that could be cool. So that's something that I'm going to incorporate in the streams, which will lead to YouTube videos. And yeah, hopefully it's something that you guys think is pretty cool. I would like to maybe in the future have it set up to where you guys could suggest games to get put on the wheel, but the problem with it is, of course, it's got to be something that I have or could easily have access to. It can't be like, hey, put this game on here that costs $60 that you don't have, John, and if it lands on it, you have to buy it. It's like, no, I can't do that. Right now, I'm definitely not in a position to do that. But hopefully in the future, there might be a way where, I can incorporate more of your guys' ideas into it. But let me give you an example of what it would be like. All right, let's take a look at the to be continued wheel. I chose this one because this one isn't going to have any spoilers or anything on it. But as you can see here, a series of games that we have started and not finished or left hanging or whatever at some point in time, right? And there can be more added to this too, or whatever. But we go over here, we click the spin button. It has music. And there you go. It picked Fire Emblem Three Houses, which I did some streams of recently. I haven't put episodes up yet because I wasn't sure when I would be continuing it or not. But say it picks that, and then that night I stream it. And that's cool because it's like it takes that indecisiveness away from me where I'm just like, all right, cool. This is what I'm doing. Give it another spin just to show you what else we might get from something like this. I love the vibe. And then boom, it's like Super Mario Odyssey. I was replaying Super Mario Odyssey. I stopped right before the first time you fight Bowser before you have to go back and revisit all the worlds again. So it's like, hey, we'll continue it if we land on that. Now, as far as the other thing I was talking about, where maybe we do it with when we're picking the new series, where it's like the first one to get 2 hits or the first one to get 3 hits or something. That way we have a little time to build it up and see. This thing does have a way of keeping track of it. So you can see that it got these results. If something got picked more than once, it would note that. So that's something that I think could be cool. So there you have it. That is the wheel and how I'm going to be utilizing it in the future. I don't know exactly when I'm going to start this. I want to make sure everything's set how I want it, and I've got everything figured out for those things. But from time to time, it is going to be a part of things. So if, for example, the Wheel Spin Wednesday idea would probably be either the John Tries thing or the to be continued thing. Probably would make more sense for it to be the to be continued one. Maybe, I don't know. Either way, one of those days would be set, then the other one would just be like, all right, tonight I feel like doing this, so we're going to do it. So then I would pull the wheel up for that. But either way, I think it'll be a cool addition. It'll be fun and give us some variety. But meanwhile, it's not going to affect our steady, consistent stuff. We got, you know, Skyrim is still going to be 3 days a week on the YouTube channel, and I'm still going to be streaming it regularly. I'm pretty far ahead on footage, so, you know, it's not like it's a concern, but it's not like I'm going to just not do it. And also, you know, NASCAR Heat 5, I've still got a ton of that, even though we're on this kind of hiatus from streaming it. I've still got like 40 weeks worth, so we're good. And then I recently started NASCAR 6 Fantasy Cup 2, which you guys seem to have liked so far. And yeah, I'm excited about continuing that. I've got several episodes recorded in advance, so I'm set there. And as I said, WWE Universe this first one will be wrapping up soon, and then a new one will be starting, but it's probably only going to be 1 day a week. And I'm going to shift a couple things around. I'll probably post somewhere like Twitter or whatever to show the adjusted schedule. But either way, it's going to be mostly the same for like the bulk of stuff, and then just a couple little changes here and there. So yeah, thank you guys so much for listening to me ramble as always, as I do in these. And I hope you understand about the changes I'm making. And I hope you're excited about the wheel spin stuff, because I think it'll be fun to be a part of that, hopefully, for you guys. I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time for more. Bye.